Hello and welcome to our video presentation of our 2003 Ferrari 360 Spider with F1's transmission. Stunning example, finished in Rosso Corsa with crema leather, 33,500 miles. So as a business, we've sold over 30 Ferrari 360 over the years and many other Ferraris, but the 360 is really a car that we've frequently had in stock and retailed during that period. So we've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. We've learned a lot about these cars along the way, and I can honestly say this particular car is one of the better ones that we've ever seen. We've actually sold this to the last two owners, so this will be the third time we've retailed this car. And as such, we do know it very, very well. It's only had 4 owners in total, and I can remember originally buying it years ago. It came out the Ferrari main dealer network, slightly too old for them to retail at the time, and we acquired it as just a very, very good car, and it's continued to be that way, having been maintained properly by its last owners. So great opportunity. It's in the correct colour from an investment point of view. It's in stunning condition. We've had some ultra low mileage 360s over the years, and honestly they're not superior to this particular car in condition or anything otherwise. So it really is a great opportunity, given that Ferrari 360s at this sort of money can vary massively in their condition. And I think someone buying this car and gaining that Ferrari ownership experience, it could easily be ruined by buying a bad car, and this just isn't one of them. It's absolutely immaculate. It drives perfectly. Being a 2003, it does benefit from the later transmission software, which is quite significant in the way it drives with F1. It is night and day different to an early 360, and we're really chuffed actually to have this car back in stock. So we'll just take a closer look at some of the key areas and vulnerable points that we'd normally look at on a 360. Tyres and brakes are in excellent order. Sorry if they disappear visually slightly corroded. They actually aren't, but we have just washed this car, and as such it's just drying off as I'm taking this video. But in terms of wear, the brake discs and pads are in great condition, as are the tyres. They're all sort of, I'd say, around 5-6 millimeters of tread, so all that side of it is absolutely fine. Rosso calipers as well on this particular car, so they're very, very clean. Does also benefit from these factory, the proper recessed Scuderia windshields, not the stick-ons that are often on other cars. So going to the front end, very, very clean and presentable. Just a couple of minor chips at the moment, which we'll see to on our final preparation stages, but reassuring to see that it's not been freshly painted. Headlamps in good condition. That condensation that's showing on the video now will clear. Again, we've just given this car a very deep clean, but there's no water ingress or issues around the ceiling of the lamp units themselves. Windscreen's in good order. It's the original Ferrari screen by the looks of it, and there's just some evidence on this side of it previously being treated to what was called SuperGuard at the time, which is a paint protection. Generally, looking around the car, all the panel gaps are absolutely as they should be. It's a very, very clean, bright car. The paint looks good and relatively consistent. Alloys are obviously unmarked. It's even got things like, personally I would remove them, but these protective strips on the door edges, the last owner, in fact the last two owners, had this on just to preserve those door edges from ever getting nicked or marked. But we'll leave those on for now. Might not to be to everybody's taste, but just a good indicator how this car's been treated. So very clean example. I'm sort of looking around it, and on a video of this nature we'd probably point out any defects, but there's really nothing of any significance to point out. It looks exactly probably as this car looked back in 2005 when it was only a couple of years old with nominal mileage. It's just very, very clean, straight and original looking. No modifications on this car, completely standard, great service history. Recent belts have been documented. We actually did those on the last occasion that we sold it back in 2022. It's recently had ball joints and some other relatively minor bits like gearbox, mounting bushes, engine mounts as well. Just an accumulation of small items that put together make this car drive really, really well. It literally drives as well as any we've ever had, so hopefully that comes across as being reassuring. Crema leather, signature colour scheme against the Rosso Corsa, with Bordeaux carpets, really clean inside. Obviously minor wear and tear, etc., as anyone would expect at this sort of age and mileage, but just such a lovely place to be. And overall the condition's really good. So we've given this car a preliminary sort of valet for photography and video, but it will get thoroughly cleaned again prior to handover. Original Becker stereo there, nice to see. And yeah, just overall in good condition. Switch gear's good. Some of these 360s now, they're absolutely dropping to bits in terms of the switch gear and going incredibly sticky. This looks fairly original still, so it doesn't appear new, but not unsightly in any shape or form. So one thing that's critical on a 360 Spider is the hood. So we have seen these where they've worn quite badly, and frankly, being a Spider, it almost ruins the car. We've also seen them where they've had the hood replaced, and people claim it's quite easy to do and cost effective, but they often never fit correctly afterwards. These areas here are a key signifier. If the hood's been changed, they sometimes don't fit flush and just generally look quite baggy in that rear screen area, but this hood is really, really good. Again, if this car was relatively young, you would believe it based on the condition of the hood. There's no sort of areas where the mechanism's penetrated through the canvas, which is something that does happen. It's just very, very tight, good in its colour. It probably looks better in the flesh than it does on the video, to be fair, but yeah, generally speaking, the hood's as good as it gets on a 360 Spider. Obviously we would like that down, but I think it's important on this video that we show the key areas of the condition of the car, and that hood for me is quite critical. So I'll just go into the driver's side before we bring this video to a close and just show again how good that driver's seat area is, as well as the driver's side. Such good value 360s in today's market. You know, let's just remember we're looking at a relatively modern, usable and reliable V8 Ferrari in the correct colour. Just started it up there. The engine sounds very, very smooth, very quiet in terms of its valve train noises, very, very crisp. Find a lot of Ferraris at this age. They're all quite unique. No two really sound the same or drive the same, and a lot of that is down to the engine and the gearbox and the clutch wear, etc. But this particular car, all factors considered, it's absolutely brilliant. We have recently had a clutch wear report done as well, about 1,000 miles ago, and at that point it was less than 50% worn, so good clutch. So there we have it. Lovely 360 Spider. Great time to buy one of these, I think. There's no way that the values will drop significantly lower than what they are at the moment, we don't feel, which obviously does open up the question in whether they will appreciate over time. I'm sure any sort of red Ferrari V8 mid-engine with a good service history will always do well, and as such we're pleased to offer this car as a good modern classic, very usable and presentable 360 Spider. So thank you for watching. Please let us know if you have any inquiries, and we look forward to hearing from you.